There is a question that has quietly followed humanity through every generation. Is it possible to reach our deepest goals without constant struggle? Most people believe success only belongs to those who fight harder, work longer, and push themselves beyond exhaustion. They wear stress like a badge of honor, believing that suffering is proof they are moving in the right direction. Yet, if you observe nature carefully, you will notice something extraordinary. The sun does not strain to rise. Rivers do not force themselves toward the ocean. Trees do not compete with one another to grow taller. They simply follow their nature, and because they move in harmony with it, they accomplish exactly what they were meant to accomplish. The greatest obstacle standing between you and your goal is often not the challenge itself. It is the unnecessary resistance created inside your own mind. Many people wake up every morning already carrying yesterday's worries. They think about failures that have not happened yet. They compare themselves to others. They chase approval, recognition, and endless achievements. Their minds become crowded with fear and expectation. Even simple tasks begin to feel heavy. Imagine trying to see your reflection in water while constantly stirring it. No matter how closely you look, the image remains distorted. Only when the water becomes still does everything appear clearly. Your mind works the same way. The effortless path is not about avoiding action. It is about removing unnecessary struggle from your actions. Every meaningful achievement begins with inner clarity. When your thoughts are peaceful, your decisions become simple. When your heart is free from fear, your steps become steady. Instead of forcing life, you begin cooperating with it. People often mistake busyness for progress. They fill every hour with activity but rarely ask whether those activities truly move them closer to their destinations. They become tired, not because the journey is difficult, but because they are carrying things that were never meant to be carried. One person may climb a mountain with a backpack full of stones. Another climbs the same mountain carrying only what is necessary. Both reach the top, but one arrives exhausted while the other still has the strength to enjoy the view. The mountain was never the problem. The unnecessary weight was. The same is true for your goals. If your goal is success, let go of the fear of failure. If your goal is happiness, let go of constant comparison. If your goal is peace, let go of the need to control everything. Every attachment you release makes the journey lighter. There is another secret that many overlook. The future is created by the quality of this present moment. People spend years imagining a better tomorrow while neglecting today. But tomorrow is always built from today's thoughts, today's words, and today's actions. When you fully enter the present moment, your energy is no longer divided between regret and anxiety. It becomes available for what truly matters. This is where effortless progress begins. A focused mind accomplishes more than a distracted one. A calm heart solves problems faster than a frightened one. A patient person often reaches the destination before the one who constantly rushes. Life has a rhythm. Every seed grows at its own pace. Pulling on a plant will never make it grow faster. In fact, impatience often destroys what patience would naturally complete. Many goals fail not because they were impossible, but because people demanded immediate results. Real transformation is quiet. It happens one habit at a time, one kind decision, one peaceful morning, one honest conversation, one mindful breath. These tiny moments appear insignificant, yet they slowly reshape an entire life. Think of water falling on stone. A single drop changes nothing. Thousands of drops create a canyon. Consistency without force is stronger than intensity without balance. Another important truth is that happiness should never become the reward waiting at the finish line. Many people tell themselves, "I'll be happy when I become successful. I'll be peaceful after I earn enough. I'll enjoy life once I achieve my goal." But this way of thinking creates endless suffering because every achievement simply creates another desire. Instead, Allow joy to accompany the journey itself. Smile while learning. Be grateful while growing. Celebrate small improvements. When your path becomes joyful, reaching the destination no longer feels like a desperate race. Ironically, people who stop chasing happiness often discover it. There is also tremendous strength in acceptance. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means clearly seeing reality before deciding how to respond. When rain falls, wise people open an umbrella instead of becoming angry at the sky. When difficulties appear, calm people adjust instead of complaining. Energy spent resisting reality is energy unavailable for creating change. Acceptance frees that energy. Remove inner resistance instead of forcing success. Most struggles come from fear, doubt, comparison, and overthinking rather than the goal itself. Letting go of mental resistance makes progress feel natural and sustainable. Many people believe the greatest obstacle to success is a lack of talent, opportunity, or resources. In reality, the biggest barrier often exists within the mind. Fear of failure, constant comparison with others, the need for approval, and endless self-doubt create invisible walls that drain your energy before you even begin. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack filled with unnecessary stones while walking toward your destination. The path may not be difficult, but the weight makes every step exhausting. In the same way, mental resistance turns simple actions into overwhelming challenges. The first step toward effortless progress is not to work harder, but to release these unnecessary burdens. When you stop fighting your own thoughts, your energy becomes available for meaningful action. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" ask, "What can I learn from this moment?" Instead of comparing your journey with someone else's, focus on your own growth. Every person has a unique path, and comparison only steals peace. A calm and clear mind naturally makes wiser decisions than one clouded by anxiety. Success is not about forcing life to unfold according to your expectations. It is about removing the inner obstacles that prevent you from seeing opportunities already in front of you. When fear loses its grip and your mind becomes still, your actions become more confident, your progress becomes steadier, and the journey toward your goal feels lighter and more natural. Live fully in the present moment. Your future is shaped by what you do today. Focusing completely on the present brings clarity, better decisions, and steady progress toward your goals. Many people spend their lives thinking about the future or replaying the past, rarely giving their full attention to the present moment. They worry about mistakes they cannot change and imagine problems that may never happen. As a result, their minds become divided, and even simple tasks feel difficult. True progress begins when you bring your awareness back to what is happening right now. The present moment is the only place where real action can take place. Every choice you make today becomes the foundation of your future. Instead of becoming overwhelmed by how far you still have to go, focus on taking the next meaningful step with complete attention. When you eat, simply eat. When you work, give your full focus to the task before you. When you listen to someone, listen without preparing your next response. This kind of presence strengthens your mind and reduces unnecessary stress. A focused mind wastes less energy and makes better decisions because it is not distracted by fear or regret. Even a few moments of quiet reflection each day can help you reconnect with what truly matters. As your awareness grows, you begin to notice opportunities, solutions, and small improvements that once escaped your attention. By living fully in the present instead of chasing an imagined future, you create steady progress that feels peaceful, natural, and deeply fulfilling. Every great achievement begins with one mindful moment lived well. Practice consistent, peaceful action. Success doesn't require constant pressure. Small, mindful actions repeated every day create lasting transformation more effectively than bursts of intense effort. Many people believe success comes from dramatic changes, endless effort, or sudden bursts of motivation. They work intensely for a short time, become exhausted, and eventually give up when the results do not appear quickly. Lasting growth, however, is built through consistent, peaceful action rather than constant pressure. A small step taken every day is far more powerful than a giant leap taken only once. Just as a river slowly shapes solid rock through continuous flow, steady habits quietly transform a person's life over time. The secret is to focus on progress instead of perfection. You do not need to complete everything today. You only need to move forward with sincerity and patience. Every kind choice, every moment of focused work, every healthy habit, and every lesson learned adds another stone to the foundation of your future. There will be days when motivation is strong and days when it disappears, but discipline guided by calmness keeps you moving even when emotions change. Avoid rushing simply because others seem to be moving faster. Every person's journey unfolds at its own pace, and comparing your progress only creates unnecessary stress. Trust the quiet power of repetition. When your actions are rooted in balance instead of anxiety, they become sustainable. Over weeks, months, and years, these peaceful efforts create remarkable results. Success is rarely the product of one extraordinary moment. It is the natural outcome of countless ordinary moments lived with awareness, patience, consistency, and purpose. Accept reality and adapt with wisdom instead of fighting circumstances. Accept what cannot be changed and respond calmly. Acceptance frees your energy to focus on meaningful action and growth. Life becomes much lighter when you stop wasting energy resisting what already exists. Many people spend hours complaining about situations they cannot control, wishing the past had been different, or hoping reality will suddenly change. This inner resistance creates frustration, anxiety, and disappointment, leaving little strength for meaningful action. Acceptance is not a sign of weakness or surrender. It is the wisdom to see things clearly before choosing the best response. When a storm arrives, no one can stop the rain, but everyone can decide whether to seek shelter, carry an umbrella, or patiently wait for the clouds to pass. In the same way, every challenge offers an opportunity to respond with calmness instead of panic. When you accept the present moment as it is, your mind becomes clear enough to recognize solutions that fear often hides. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this situation teaching me?" This simple shift changes obstacles into lessons and setbacks into opportunities for growth. Acceptance also strengthens resilience because it allows you to adapt rather than break under pressure. A flexible tree bends with strong winds and survives, while a rigid one may snap. The same principle applies to life. Those who remain calm, open-minded, and willing to adjust their path often move forward with greater confidence. By accepting reality with wisdom and responding thoughtfully, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering and create space for steady, meaningful progress toward your goals. Find joy in the journey, not just the destination. Don't postpone happiness until you achieve your goal. When you enjoy learning, growing, and improving each day, success becomes a natural result rather than a stressful pursuit. Many people believe happiness is something they will finally experience after reaching a particular goal. They tell themselves they will feel fulfilled once they earn more money, achieve success, gain recognition, or accomplish a lifelong dream. This way of thinking turns life into an endless race where satisfaction always remains just beyond the next milestone. As soon as one goal is reached, another appears, and the feeling of contentment quickly fades. True fulfillment comes when you learn to appreciate the journey itself instead of waiting for the destination. Every lesson you learn, every challenge you overcome, and every small improvement you make deserves to be valued. When you celebrate small victories, you train your mind to recognize abundance rather than constantly focusing on what is missing. Gratitude transforms ordinary moments into meaningful experiences and helps you discover peace even during difficult times. Enjoying the process also removes the fear of failure because every experience becomes an opportunity to grow instead of a test of your worth. When your heart is filled with appreciation, your actions become lighter, your relationships become stronger, and your motivation becomes more genuine. Success achieved without inner joy often feels empty, but a joyful journey enriches every step you take. By finding happiness in learning, serving, growing, and living each day with awareness, you realize that the greatest reward is not waiting at the end of the path. It has been walking beside you all along.